This is the situation at the end of December 1805. There's been a massive series of battles around Vienna. First French attack actually took place over 3 days, and they managed at the end. They were trying their hardest not to win it, but they managed to actually force the Russians and the Austrians to retreat, and then sort of they laid siege to Vienna for a very short period. The following sort of coalition turn, the Austrians and the Russians were sufficient to push the French back from Vienna. So the Austrian army consolidated with Charles at Vienna, with the Russian army on its flank. Situation still isn't brilliant for the coalition, because the Massena's army here will almost certainly take Budapest next turn, and then if the French units can win a battle for Vienna, well, it's unlikely they won't be able to besiege it. They'll be able to sort of set it up for a siege, but you can't actually conduct a siege, turn, or an assault unless you were actually in the hex of the city at the start of the combat phase. So you got the interesting fact the Russians are on the end of a very long supply line. They took a terrible attrition roll last turn, because of the poor weather and the that some of their units are on the Russian board itself is going to make things, well, in map area 4, it's going to make things difficult for them to get forces to the front. Other French forces, there's a cluster of quite powerful French units here, which should be able to intervene in a couple of turns, but they'll certainly be enough to swing the game in the French favour. But it's not going too well for the French. They've not achieved what they did historically. But I still think they'll knock Austria out of the war sometime in the next 2-3 months. Other stuff that's going on, the Spanish are trying to make a pretty feeble attempt to take Portugal, which isn't really getting them anywhere at the moment. We've got, mainly because of the horrendous attrition and cold weather, which doesn't help. In the actual naval war, the British won a victory which drove the French fleet back into port here. At least it's taken some pressure off the British with commerce raiding, but I would expect the French and Spanish fleets to actually start engaging again this coming turn.